Hey everybody, Mr. Paine again here with one more video, this time about what you might learn in my classroom. Um, and so I'll start with, first of all, the main ways the main things we do in English language arts class is read, write, speak, and listen. Um, those are the main ways that we um, practice skills. So most of the time we'll be working on reading skills, writing skills, or speaking and listening skills. Um, Although there are other ways, like uh, communicating through video, although that's still speaking and listening, um, and through drawing, I guess, would be one that's not really reading, writing, speaking, or listening. But for the most part, that's where we live, and then there's nonfiction text and fiction text, and so um, we may read fiction text, we may read nonfiction text, we may write fiction text, we may write nonfiction text, and then we may be speaking and listening either about a fiction piece or about a nonfiction piece. Um, and most of the time, those will be blended together. So most of the time, if we're reading a story, a fiction story, say The Benefits of Being an Octopus, there are real life implications to that text. There's stuff about socioeconomic status, the importance of guns to hunting cultures in New England, um, and the importance of education to a student. And that's just a couple examples. But as we were reading that made up story about socioeconomic systems, then we may read nonfiction to go along with that. Or about guns and hunting, we may read nonfiction that goes along with that. Or with the importance of education, we may read nonfiction that goes along with that fiction novel. Um, and and then to build knowledge there, when I say read, we may also be learning through other channels, watching YouTube videos. What might be one, if there's a good informative YouTube video or news segment on education, we could watch that to build our knowledge as well. So that's sort of how, and then a few examples of the what. Um, and these are units that may or may not be taught every year, but I'll just give you an idea of what they look like. So the first one is the Memoir, Explode the Moment, and Expert unit, um, in which students write a memoir. So they write about something they've experienced in their lives. And to build that skill, we do something called exploding the moment, which is where you take a short moment in time that you could write about in one sentence, and you explode it with a lot of details. What were you seeing at that moment? Who were you with at that moment? What were you feeling at that moment? And so on and so forth, to add a lot of detail and to create just better, more interesting writing. And then sort of connected to that unit, again, this is a kind of nonfiction, kind of fiction story. Doing a little research into something that the students do and enjoy doing. So maybe into a particular sport or into cooking or some sort of hobby, so that they become an expert on it. So learn a little bit more about your sport, learn a little bit more about what you've been cooking. And then as they become an expert on that, that will help them write their memoir, but it's also a nonfiction activity to research something that actually exists. Another possible unit we might get into is the argument unit, in which students learn effective ways to argue, and to become part of an argument, specifically by reading or, again, watching arguments of other people, and then reacting to them with what I call they say, I say structure, where they say, this is the other person's argument, and this is my argument. And then choosing something that they really feel strongly about as an argument. Say maybe kids should be able to go to school starting at age 3, or all kids should be forced to play an intramural sport because sports are that important. But whatever the students think is an important argument to them, they use the skills that we've learned for arguing, research, and become an expert, and then present that argument in some form. That's another possible unit we could do. Another one is the myth and short stories unit, where we read a bunch of myths and short stories that really don't necessarily seem to have a lot to do with each other, but because they're all in the same form, they're stories. We see the similarities in the way they're structured as stories, and then also we look for. I teach that unit as sort of a philosophy unit. We look for morals and things that we could learn from each of those stories, and then talk about our values and our ethics and what is important to us as people, and then we may write a short story, or maybe we'll write a short nonfiction piece, which I would call a "This I Believe" essay, where we talk about our values and what's important to us. Another possible unit, again, it doesn't get taught every year, but it's something I've done before, and hopefully it gives you an idea of what we might get into. Another one is a read aloud unit, in which I simply read a book out loud to the students. And they don't ever look at the book and read the words off the page. It's a listening only unit. And then because it's a listening only unit, that lends itself to a lot of discussion. And so when I do a read aloud unit, sometimes we'll get into the more controversial and difficult to talk about subjects that I think are still valuable to talk about in school. So perhaps some social emotional learning, talking about ways that it's difficult to be a young person in the modern era, and maybe talking about bullying or anxiety, mental health issues, and having some of those more difficult conversations, but doing it through the lens of a book, so that it's not too personal, and we're talking about how the people in the book are feeling, rather than necessarily how we feel, if we're not sort of comfortable sharing our own personal stories. And then maybe even talking about social justice issues, which again can be controversial. And that's okay. We can talk about controversial things in class as long as we're respectful of each other's opinions, and we're not being too biased and trying to force anyone to believe something they don't believe. And we'll have those difficult conversations, again, through the lens of a story about that issue. Another unit that I've taught is a dystopia unit. So a story about a future where the government has gone wrong and evil. And I personally just love those books, but it's also a great way to work with social studies, because they do a lot with government, and to again mix fiction and nonfiction, learn about some governments from the past, or from the present, and some of the disadvantages or things that can go wrong with systems of power, and doing some research into that, and again, talking about the fiction story and how people have created a system of power that isn't good for citizens, and then talking about nonfiction, what it looks like when systems of power don't treat their citizens well. And I've taught that unit as well, and some years I haven't taught that unit. So that's just 5 examples of what you may learn in Mr. Paine's class, and hopefully just giving you an idea of some of the directions we might go and sort of what we might learn this year.